playing some Final Fantasy 14. New content Dawntrail came out just a while ago. Oh, we're gonna go play through it! Yay! Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Should add another. Oh, forgot to disable Discord notification sounds. One and done. Open this up. Okay. Okay. Everything should be working properly. Of course, it's not working properly. Is it? Yes, it is. It is working. Yay! All right. No. Chance not Lucy Toro, but the Fable. Oh shit, I got it on auto. Chance to not only see Toro, but the Fable Golden City besides. This is stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Now get out of that. Get out of there. No. What? Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we still don't know. Let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be suitable location for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Highland of Harm. You went there not long ago, and caused some unruly fauna, of course. But according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna has grown savage. It's believed they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the partition? That wasn't far. We were hoping to help in those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I hone my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in the world. Whatever this creature is, it better have put up a proper fight, or I'll end before we even have a chance to get acquainted. And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see some preparations. We're going ahead to the aisle. I'll join you as soon as possible. The rest of you are ready? Let's head to the harbor. This being galley ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Why am I walking? So, we have to take a ship? I barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Come on, let's get going. Upon board of the ship, several customs will play out, blah 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 blah, all the fun stuff. Walk out from the game, all progress will be lost, you have to do it from the beginning. Let's go.
From here, we must walk.
Let's turn this on that.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Tastes like
Remember,
beer.
we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother. And until recently, he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studio. Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can. The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take out any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Look! Someone's in trouble!
Yeah! Taste my axe!
These animals are usually so docile.
Usually. goodness you came. I think you're one who answered our... Wait, you aren't? Oh, you are! Maybe the adventurer who saved our star. With that, our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here, when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You find sailing across the chasm. Once docile animals grow strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you give me a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
The adventurer will come to answer my position, I assume. We're most fortunate to have one of your most considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. Animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far. No, we dare not go back. Your task is to quell the threats you find and search for traces of the beasts responsible for all this. If you should find anything at all, we'll be most grateful if you will share with us. Hey, Ray, how are you, sweetheart? Are you doing great?
I'll handle this.
How are you feeling, Ray?
Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
That's good.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Everything could be eaten. What do you want to, Ray?
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
I stopped looking, and I ended up under attack. Oh, there's the
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, and they ain't got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
Just relaxing after work. Yes, relaxing is good. Hey, Lightning. How are you, sweetheart?
wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Was worthy.
What is that thing?
I'm doing great, sweetheart.
What is that thing? What is that thing?
Huh.
It speaks?
It's heading towards the falls.
Stunned.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Waklamat.
Stunned.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
That's what they all say.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit! Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Shut up already, you blasted bird!
Look out! I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Quickly, gather together!
That's nasty.
I've got you.
Get over here!
That was too
Ready now?
Hit me? That hit me? Oh, come on, headset.
Relax, everyone. Who paid for that?
Again? Oh. Gotta save him. Save him all. Ouch is right.
Throw everything you have at it. And I had barely limbered up.
Shaky.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks! Dirty tricks!
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me! Have at you!
Cryo?
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Like, I'm
She
gonna give my
arrived as I
weapon.
was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
I wonder who that certain someone is.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf, and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name.
Violet,
Galul,
hi sweetheart, how are you?
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Toliyolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If father had written this, he would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
Possibility. Possibility.
I see. Oh, thank you for the
Suck all day.
confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuli Yolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
So fresh. wildlife pacified and the research is safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the Kalabari meat. Better or for worse, there's really only one place we can take it here, and that's the last stand. Come, let's go see what it can cook for us. Slept all day, Violet. Sleepy bean, sleepy bean. Well, now, there's a furnished face I haven't seen in a... What can I get you? Furnished face. Oh, bird meat from a hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from the sellers. And for you lot, it's on the house. How much you like to have? Have as much as you like, you hear?
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
I wonder who was that?
So he started offering the same in
Couldn't
order
have
to
been
please the
me.
growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Facts.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
You like to be a cat?
I see.
You like to be like that cat with
I
food?
see.
I think that's all of
All
us.
this time you
When we
were
find
from
our favorite
Tural.
dish, we're just
Oh,
animals.
would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other
Absolutely.
for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Have all the meat you want.
FBI, open up!
A Foxy Raid! Raiders, welcome. Hey, Diego! Unique, how's your stream, sweetheart? What were you playing? Minecraft? You're playing some Minecraft. Slaughtering some horses.
You didn't say that.
And villagers. Totally saw that. I'm glad it was good. While the walk has the markings of a ruler, has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I do know that she dearly cares about her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her at all, it is for you and you alone to decide. Ain't going well. Now then, it's past time I report our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done this sooner, except Her Highness needed to give her royal meal, to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then, bye-bye! Give me some of that. I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Walker Lamont's situation. Still, you afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn about Turo? It is bound to have some information on the continent. Just the thought of burying myself in books makes me sleepy. Yeah, let's go do it. Quite right. Oh, not only it will help you make an informed, not only would it help you make an informed decision, but if you choose to go, you will be better prepared for what awaits. Come on, friend, off to the archives. There's something close. I'll pass on the reading part. I'll let y'all read it. I'll hold it up on the screen for a minute. How many of these things gotta read? It is impossible to adequately discuss Enorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern day sites hail. The far western continent of Tyrell. Or pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even Ambrosius potatoes. These crops, these crops and more that really graze in Enorzean dinner tables trace their origins to the New World as the place is known the most. Until its culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when the Lumizian settler named Kit Ikaram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the heretofore unknown continent. Ikaram spent several moons exploring the inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the spawning nation Mamoja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Cataram would return to Tyrell several times, but during his first expedition, he charted the land and gathered myriad roots, vegetables, and seeds to bring back to Lamantia. The most notable of these was the Popoto, which eased the cultivation and Arturio's value, so it quickly spread across all corners of Eorzea. Ardos was far from the only bounty Cataron's expeditions to Sorrel. Many tantalizing recipes, such as bean-filled burritos and gripping legends, such as that of the Golden City, reached our shores by the way of his ship. To those outside the Cataran circle, Sorrel largely remains shrouded in mystery. Yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish his chance to immerse themselves in such culinary culture of that faraway continent. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and continent Sorrel is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist and are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tomb introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca, accustomed to Sorrel's Quincy's mountain ranges, this four-legged beast skin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands of years. This soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs, sure-footedness, makes them capable beasts of burden. Wyver. This ferocious skeleton is native to the dense jungles of Sorrel. The Mamuja have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come to no surprise that the wyver is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valiger Manda. Sorrel's folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Which it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Well, once I get there, it's definitely gonna be a myth. Let us begin by comparing geological characteristics of the three great continents and Sorrel. The former stretches from the east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in forms of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing this fact, longitude mitigation is far more common in history. Migration is far more common in history, whether it be by man, animal, or plants. A case in the point of Algans, who rose to the power Alganord before advancing east to Isambard. Their movements would be mirrored thousands of years by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the slave tribes of Taurel waged war with one another for generations, it seemed by climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands weathered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce the dense jungle. Such was the way of it until the leader of the Mamoja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be at awe at this feat. Surely it's a testament of Uhtred's greatness. Yeah, I'm quite sure he's eager. Should you wish to read the books again, check the reference page. I do not. Will that reference help me at all? Scout the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Taurel, I do say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. Yeah, pretty much. But come, let's continue this outside. Well, it's like, don't take kindly to chatter. Now then. Oh no, it's on damn. Now then, I'm keen to hear your honest impressions. Couldn't help but notice that we've read the very same books on cuisine. Damn. Guess he was paying attention to the stream. I was pleasantly surprised to find references of Taurel within. Among them, anything in particular piqued your interest? It was an interesting tale. Ah, yes. The renowned Louisiana explorer who traversed the Indigo Steep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled Taurel extensively and even forged a friendship with the Dawn Servant. If we were able to meet Katerin, what things we could learn? Alas, all this happened nigh fourscore years ago, and he's no longer alive to tell his tales. That's unfortunate. But moving on. Did you pretend to learn aught about the fauna of Taurel? Given your adventuring background, I expect this topic would interest you. Can I say I learned about all of them? Now, why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against that fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply describes it as enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rule the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, assuming it even exists. Yeah, I agree. I thought I heard familiar voices. Fancy running as you two here. Oh, well. Have some research of your own to do? We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garland people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Razadhan, they will look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of different races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of you two? What endeavors bring you here to this day? The nation controls of the disparate peoples of Dawntrail. I dare say, this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We'll do well to read up on the Dawntrail ourselves. Dawntrail? Forgot how to pronounce that. The contest. Is Amy the only one allowed to help Wakalamat? There was no mention of such restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wakalamat gave us the impression that she could have several companions. I think I know how to make the most of our sprite. Follow me, Alphinaud. We have planning to do. Hey! I was there, wait! That's what seeing. Our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. You'll never could rest on anywhere else. Come, let us return to the annex.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Worklamat's request?
Never said no to an adventure.
Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Looking for Wakama? She's currently with the others in her chamber. Yes, go fetch him.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I should boldly go where I've never gone before.
Then you need me as much as I need you. Together we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
Maybe.
Alpha no, Alize! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenor earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, They expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha.
Afternoon,
Thank you.
Roxy. Good evening. Why? How are you, sweetheart?
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Yes, we're back in a wonderful world of Final Fantasy.
There.
I'm a couple of weeks
This,
late.
my
I think a
friends,
couple of weeks.
is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
skip that. Lest you wonder about your path to top, Tara, Aravel will arrange a ship through its gale. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you. A rugged and ready knapsack may serve you well in your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured, you will know when I hear something. So then, take this. I'm glad you do. Not too many people do, because of the pay to play aspect. Me, I don't mind
When
paying
does
to
the
play.
next ship set sail?
Because you know what? The content
May
is
I ask your
great.
destination? The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time. West, you say?
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of a new adventure is nigh. Roll forth and break the horizon's bound, and tread the gilded path beyond. Yay, we just got a bird! Seems we managed to secure a passage rail on board a guild vessel ship. What's up to the man in the hall? No, why don't you go wait in the main hall while I inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Archaea gave us good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one who hasn't arrived yet is Ernvale himself. Ernvale. We're all here. Took some. The Gleamer's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Terrell. There will be other passengers, researchers, artisans, and the likes. So, we need to share deck space. That's fine, Revel. I doubt anyone expected we'll have a ship all to ourselves. You're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone is still clear on what we'll be doing in Terrell, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Toriolo is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we'll assist you during the rite of session and support your bid to become the Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of his reconstruction, Golmon seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with his neighbors. By visiting Terrell, we've hoped to learn more about its merit cultures, how its merit cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sorts of insights that might help our friends in Israel. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You rest assured that we'll give you the contest all due attention. Huh. It's the band. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Carl? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You'll get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with the interest of a golden city of gold. Isn't that right? The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as a guide. Still playing a part of a stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. Well said. We won't get far well into the shallows. Right then. If we're all so committed to the journey, then I say let's make ready to depart. Let's get going. Even as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Imagine?
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
Yep.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Waklamat!
Nice and pretty now.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliyollal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Oh, this is my first visit to Sora. Jean Tanny? I was working in STOM's anesthetics in Uda, you see, but my employment with them tragically came to an end. That's why I visited Shalian in hopes of starting over. Well, I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel. When I overheard room for another passenger, I suddenly opened up. I told them, I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin. But Tuliyollal seemed like a perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. I don't know, you seem like the problem. I've seen you in Norzia before. You great and famous hero. Gah, I had enough of playing simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain deception. But with more you Norzians coming to Tural, it's calm and practical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. too many of our warband has fallen to you, so we've head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Cateron. You know, the first Enorzean to set foot on Terrell almost 80 years ago. And my Mudra leader is said to have welcomed Kakarum with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Enorzean like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Cateron returned to Terrell several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage and was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him can meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Uda. Especially imports and exports in Enorzean and Terrell both. This is your first crossing the soul. As they say, do remember that social Moors of Enorzean are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Irishoto, the Hofgar, the Zero, not because every member of the given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan, if our assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Do you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next in the Dawn Servant shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in this rare session. Your young Wakoma being one of them, of course. But from what Mamu Broke was telling us, the other 3 are strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their life. Not too many keen to risk their coin on a third promise. Did you learn anything of interest? Yeah, quite a bit. Oh, I haven't heard about the clan names. We should have Wakoma and Ernville tell us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a bit chilly up here on the deck. Let's gather in the cabin.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Oh my.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
I mean, that's what seasickness
Isn't that
is.
what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh dear.
Only elders are watch! This wind's too strong to take any sound! I'm going off the mast! We need help! Get in below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Woklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
got the wrong bottom one? When did that happen?
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground.
I bet you would.
Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
What? I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out, or...?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
I mean, you do look the part, you just don't act it.
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
What happened to my cool pants? Was I always wearing that? I don't think I was. That's not what I was supposed to put on. What did that have on? Was that what I was wearing? The demonic socks? I sure was. What the hell was I doing? What did I smoke? Where are they? Oh, there they are. No clue what happened there. Was I wearing this? I don't know. Now I feel like going back to something else. Kind of like showing those guys. I'll change my clothes later. But definitely didn't have that on. Well, despite the storm's efforts, to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You've arrived in Tulihyolal. You can now return to the city at any time by speaking with this sailor at Scholar Harbor in Old Shalian. Nice. Right then. First things first. I still feel a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. Right. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. You know, God, you. Are you sure you're in? Ah, don't worry, they got insta-banned by Siri. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha. No wonder who these strange folk were. So the third province has found herself some new followers then. Followers. Look, Mott, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. Third province does not get seasick, no sir. As for my handpick, Dawntrail here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third province. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to, command a respectful distance. But you're just easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Pokemon is technically royalty here, like it or not. A person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? Let's just be moving two groups, so detach attracts less attention. Just technically ignore me then. Fine. Amy, you and Crawl, come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us. We'll take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit. At least until Walklemont nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm all ready to go. There's nothing wrong with me. Nothing at all. Ugh. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming on and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Everville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the deck. Only vessels with shallow depths can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges, ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from the inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yoktorol, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wages are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bay, Bev, should be next stop. Yeah, we already know all that. Oh. Can I touch the main crystal? I always like to touch the main crystal first. Mine. Right, we're tuned here now. What clothes was I wearing? Now I'm curious, what was I wearing before? I know it wasn't that now. I don't think it was that. I don't think I had that on either. I'm missing something. And I just don't know where it is. What did you have on? I guess I did wear it this entire time. Why was I wearing... Was I wearing this? I had that on? That's for a different outfit. Actually, I think I had this on. Huh? How does that look on me? Weird. This is Bayside Bev, Kaloli's largest marketplace. Being right on a harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares goes directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh right, I should mention, here in Kaloli, we buy things with Pel? A currency that the Pel created? But don't worry. More and more trade is coming from in Orzia, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also, I'm not even going to try to pronounce what the hell that is, another market to the east of here. But that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards. Northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. Can't wait to see the look on your faces. But first, we have to touch. They never went, exactly. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Athorites in Toriola as well? I think I told you before, but my brother, Kona, spent 3 years studying in Shalion. He fell in love with a native and its ways. No, he fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought it back to us in knowledge of the Athorite construction. How about warmed to the idea at once, had it built immediately. Did you do the tune-in thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head back down the slope. Well, you saw me do it. It's not like I didn't do it right in front of you. Let's make a stop to Bright Plum Post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Lands Guard. That is a long walk. Well, that must be the other market. Because it does got 2 markets. Whatever the hell that name is. I think they're just making things up at this point. Like, who the hell is even able to pronounce that? I want to hear somebody actually pronounce that. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, through the builders made sure that the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Trotting up and down these slopes and stairs it's exhausting. I understand now where Wakumat gets her endless endurance. Yum. Here we are. Bright Plum Post. The soldier stationed here are responsible for defending Torioli and preserving the peace. The Lands Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zura took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't managed even to... Oh, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alize should be around to here too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right at the north end of Talon March. Massive, isn't it? That's what she said. And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokai. Strictly speaking, Thurl is actually two separate continents. Yogg-Thurl, the southern lands of the mother, and Thurl, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle. And when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating it split the continent into line. A familiar sounding tale. Am I to put in mind the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark? But getting back to Yogg-Thurl, those lands are part of Tulioli Nation, correct? That's right. Is my father incredible? He united the people of two continents into one single nation. The many clans of Tuliol had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to the myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you more interested in what's behind the gate than here in my ambitions. Crossing the bridge to Yogg-Thurl requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of such session is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant. But until then, you just have to wait. Then I'll make sure you win. Mark my words. You really mean that? Woe to anyone who stands between you and your adventure. Damn right. I'm gonna cut everyone down. We must have covered half the city by now. Tulioli is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Let's see, what time is it? 7:30. Okay. It is about time that we call it there. Let's see. Targets to raid. I see somebody else playing Final Fantasy as well. Actually, I see a bunch of people playing Final Fantasy. Gosh is still up. Gosh is still up. One second.
There was someone like smoking a pot.
I damn sure are still up. So we're gonna go bother Josie Dosh. Oh, I hit the wrong damn button. Right? Yeah, we'll hit Josie Dosh. They're about to end. And they're about to end. Yeah. Alright. So we'll be reading Josie Dosh. They are doing an art stream right now. What is this? Alright. Let's start up the raids and stuff. Alright. Raid. Let's set that up. That's set. Get this over here. No, I don't want to delete it. Stop that. Let's hit that over there. There we go. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Like I said, we'll be rating Josie Dosh. They are doing an art stream right now. Let's see. I want y'all to copy down this free message, drop it up in their chat. Let's see, let's try to stream a little bit earlier. I try. I'll just be tired. I'll be too tired for when I come home from work now. Alright. But I'm gonna have some more Final Fantasy to be playing tomorrow. Probably Thursday, we'll jump back into Shimagori. But until then, alright, I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone. See you all later. Bye.